Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Here in the United States, we pride ourselves on these liberties, these rights. Rarely in the history of mankind have we seen a nation that guarantees such liberty to every single human being who is a resident, a citizen of this country. Okay, that takes us to this week's case, because you know what? When these rights are actually applied, it's on a case-by-case basis that we see how they work. This week's case involves a man who was accused of murder. Serious, serious crime. He was arrested, taken to a police station, and an interrogation was underway. He was given his Miranda rights. Now, the Miranda rights that most of us are familiar with, we see them in the movies all the time or on TV shows, basically say you have a right to remain silent, you don't have to talk to the police, and you have a right to an attorney. He was told that verbally. He looked at the officer who gave him that, and he said nothing. He just nodded his head. He was asked to sign a statement in which the rights were set forth. He refused to sign the statement. He was then asked a number of questions, and he just sat there. He just sat there stone cold still, looked at the floor, looked around, very rarely made eye contact unless one of the officers looked at him and said, "Hey, buddy, we're talking to you, you need to talk to us." At some point in the interrogation, one of the detectives asked him, "Do you believe in God, and have you asked forgiveness for this murder that you have committed?" The man responded, "Yes and yes." He confessed to the murder. Went to trial. Based on that confession, he was found guilty. On appeal, his attorneys argued that that confession never should have come in because he did not acknowledge his Miranda rights. Therefore, it's unknown that he was really given his Miranda rights. He didn't ever say anything. Therefore, it's unclear as to whether he understood his Miranda rights or was ever acknowledging them. Well, in the state court system in Michigan, the state court found, you're right. We don't have any evidence, clear evidence, that he understood the Miranda rights. So he could never have asserted them since we don't have any clear understanding he understood them. Well, it went up on appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, an important case, and there, the U.S. Supreme Court, on a divided decision, some of the justices found one way, some of them found the other way, but the majority of justices, through an opinion written by Justice Kennedy, said no. In this instance, if he wanted to assert his Miranda rights, the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, all he had to do was say, I want to remain silent, or I want an attorney right now, and I'm not going to say anything more till I get an attorney. Very simple, very simple. He did neither of those things, and as a result, the U.S. Supreme Court said, you are guilty. That confession comes in, you're guilty of murder. Case over, shut, done. Okay, what's the point of this case? The point of this case is very simple. When you're asserting your rights, rights we have in this nation, you need to make it clear you're asserting those rights. A failure to do so, such as in a criminal investigation, can result in a loss of those rights. Simple, simple, simple. You need to speak up, you need to say what you mean and mean what you say, and the law can grant protection. Okay, we bring you this case as we bring you cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.